He once stood on the world stage as an Olympic athlete, representing his country with pride. Years later, his name would appear on the FBI's most wanted list, tied to an international drug trafficking network and allegations of extreme violence. This is the shocking fall of Ryan Wedding, an Olympian turned fugitive, and the arrest that finally ended the hunt. Welcome to True Crime, the real story. Today, we examine the case of one of the most disturbing transformations in modern true crime history. From Olympic slopes to cartel allegations, from national pride to international manhunt. This is the Ryan Wedding scandal. Ryan Wedding was not an anonymous figure. He competed for Canada at the highest level of international sport, earning a place at the Winter Olympics during an era when snowboarding was exploding in popularity. Olympic athletes are often viewed as symbols of discipline, sacrifice, and integrity. For many, the Olympic Games become a lifelong credential that opens doors to coaching, endorsements, and media opportunities. But after his competitive career ended, Ryan Wedding disappeared from the public eye. No coaching career, no visible business ventures, just silence. According to federal investigators, that silence marked the beginning of a second life. Prosecutors allege that after leaving competitive sports, Wedding reinvented himself inside the criminal underworld. Not as a street-level dealer, but as an organizer. Court filings describe him as a strategic operator, someone who coordinated logistics, managed money flow, and worked with international partners. Authorities allege the operation moved cocaine from Colombia through Mexico and into markets across the United States and Canada. Investigators believe his background helped him blend in. An Olympic athlete traveling internationally raised little suspicion. His ability to plan, assess risk, and operate under pressure mirrored skills developed in elite sport. Prosecutors allege he became deeply embedded in a transnational drug trafficking organization worth millions. The investigation unfolded quietly over several years. Federal agents relied on confidential informants, court-authorized wiretaps, and extensive financial analysis. Encrypted messages were intercepted. Money transfers were traced across borders. Surveillance connected associates to known trafficking routes. By the time indictments were unsealed, Wedding was not just charged with drug trafficking and money laundering. Prosecutors also alleged involvement in violent crimes tied to the organization, including silencing potential witnesses. Wedding went to extreme lengths. According to federal authorities, he is accused of orchestrating the killing of a federal witness connected to the case against him and directing additional acts of lethal violence intended to eliminate perceived threats. Investigators say these actions were part of a broader pattern of intimidation and control. At that point, the case escalated dramatically. Ryan Wedding was added to the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives list. A reward of up to $15 million was offered for information leading to his capture. For more than a year, Wedding remained on the run. Authorities believed he was moving between countries, using false identities and relying on criminal networks for protection. The manhunt stretched across borders, with U.S. agencies working alongside international partners. Updated photos were released to the public. Tips poured in. But Wedding remained elusive. To many observers, the contrast was surreal. An Olympic athlete, now one of the most wanted fugitives in the world. The question became not if he would be caught, but when. In January 2026, the manhunt finally ended. Ryan Wedding was arrested in Mexico following coordinated international law enforcement efforts. Authorities have not released full operational details, but confirmed the arrest was the result of sustained intelligence gathering and cooperation between U.S. and Mexican officials. After more than a year on the run, one of the FBI's most wanted fugitives was in custody. Wedding faces an extensive list of felony charges, including murder, witness tampering and intimidation, large-scale money laundering, and international drug trafficking. Officials confirm that he will face prosecution in the United States and is presumed innocent under the law until proven guilty. The Ryan Wedding case is more than a crime story. It forces difficult questions about identity after elite success, about how disciplined, high-achieving individuals can allegedly transition into organized crime, and about how international criminal networks recruit people who appear legitimate on the surface. For Canada, it reignited conversations about athlete support after retirement. For law enforcement, it highlighted how global crime increasingly relies on individuals who do not fit traditional profiles. For true crime audiences, it stands as a reminder that public image can conceal darker realities. Ryan Wedding's journey from Olympic athlete to alleged international trafficker is still unfolding in the courts. What we know now is that the manhunt is over, the arrest has been made, and the legal battle is just beginning. As this case develops, we will continue to follow every update. We go beyond the headlines and walk you through what really happened step by step, because the truth is always more complicated than it first appears. This is True Crime, the Real Story.